All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of Coffee and Crullers. I'm your host, Adam Black. With me, co-host
Noah Allen. How's it going? I don't know. I just had to say it like that.
How you doing? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. We have a bit of a little different setup.
Yes, yeah. So, if you guys are watching this on video, you're not watching this on video.
You can't see us.
So definitely, I guess, podcast in the real sense today, which is totally fine. I'm never against that. But we're at your place today.
We are. We have made the podcast mobile.
Yes.
So this is the mobile podcasting unit.
I like this.
The MPU.
Oh wait.
CC. So the mobile podcast unit. Coffee and
Crullers.
Yeah, maybe it should be CCMPU. I don't know. That's just I'm
Got it.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. So yeah. I just moved into a new apartment.
Yep. Which was
Sunday.
We helped you move.
Yeah. Yes.
And it could have been the shortest move in the history of all moves.
That's probably true. That is probably 100% true.
Yeah, we literally walked out your apartment door.
Yeah.
Walked down one flight of stairs.
Yep.
Well, technically half a flight of stair.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it's set up.
Like 5 steps.
Like middle floor type situation.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we walked across the parking lot. And then down another flight of stairs.
Into the basement of
and
another.
We were done.
And we're the easiest move.
Didn't have to put anything into a car. Nothing.
No, it was quite glorious. All my glasses are in one shape. No broken dishes. Nothing that's broken in the move. So we're doing. Yeah, I did pretty good.
Doing pretty solid.
Heck yeah, man.
That's awesome. Well, I know that my body is still feeling it.
Oh, let me tell you. Yes.
No, I have been recovering from the move, and if I sound a little tired, it's because I literally woke up right before driving here.
Oh,
and I'm still not awake yet.
Oh man. Well, let me. You know what's funny about that is okay, so we're sore from the move,
right?
I get it. I still had to go into work. I still had to I had to pack boxes, do our distro. I still had to do my job in pain. And then this morning, as I'm getting ready, I'm like, I gotta go take a shower.
Yeah.
I'm in the shower, and I slipped and fell in the shower.
No.
So now I'm like,
no,
my yes. So my knees and my elbow and my lower back is still. I'm like, please God, can this ever end?
Oh my God, I did not know.
Yeah.
This.
So I'm like. Okay.
Is it because it was like a new shower and it was just slippery or something?
I guess I need to just double clean the shower itself.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
No, and then when I got out, I don't have a rug for my shower for the bathroom. So then I almost slipped again, and I was like, please, dear God, let me not die here today.
Just moved to a new place, died in the new place.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
so
I know about the pain because I am in it.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I don't even know where to go from that because I'm just
ibuprofen is my friend.
I'm just picturing you moving, getting in here, and be like, I love this place, and then falling.
Oh
and
my gosh!
I hate this new place.
Yeah, it's against me. It's turned against me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Man, that throws me for a loop.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's been interesting. But yeah, no, I got it done. I mean, I am actually I would say I'm 100% moved in.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
I've got everything unpacked minus one box.
Oh, I do have something to share though about the move. Because, people like hearing it. People who listen to the podcast, they like knowing what's going on. So, for anybody who knows any of our background or what it is, specifically mine in this case, many years ago, I was in a mountain biking accident. And I've always been a big guy, so it's not like I was super little then. But was a big guy riding a mountain bike, and I broke one of my kneecaps. And when I did that, that caused me to gain even more weight. And then didn't ever have big guy mentality, though. Yeah. And then went skateboarding one time, and then severely damaged my other knee.
God, yeah.
I don't think it broke or anything, but I messed it up.
Yeah.
So the point of that is I've got really bad knees.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for me to do things. And so when we decided that we were going to be moving for you, I was like, you know what? I got to work smart and hard as much as I can. Yeah. So I went to the store and I bought a little push cart.
Yeah.
So we put boxes on and everything and rolled across the parking lot and all that. And it actually was a good idea. It was put to good use and it was working smart. But the only problem was that we didn't have it properly
tightened.
Yeah, properly fully torqued.
Yes, fully torqued.
As I put it.
Yeah,
and all the bolts that were holding in the wheels decided to shake themselves loose all at the exact same time and left a trail of bolts across the parking lot, and 2 of the wheels fell off and the other a third wheel was dangling.
Now let's also preface this by when you put the wheels on, like the ones that are supposed to move and not be stationary.
Yeah, I put
those are supposed to be in the back, and yet you put them in the front.
I put them in the front. So, the stationary wheels were in the back, so when you pushed it was just like whoa, the whole time.
It's like that scene in I think it's The Little Rascals.
Yeah,
like the '90s movie Little Rascals. When they're driving the car and everything's just
it's
like
all
falling off of
it.
That's literally what happened. Yep. It was perfect.
That cart though is so we were like, oh, this is a good idea until it broke.
Yeah.
And we put it back in our car and we picked up all the bolts as we can.
Yeah.
And I took it home and I was like, you know what? I'm going to fix this thing. Like, I'm going to put the wheels on and wrench them down. Went home, can't find any of my socket sets, can't find any of my wrenches.
Oh my gosh.
So that cart is sitting dismantled on my floor still. It's been like 3 days.
That's so funny. Oh
I got to get that thing together.
Oh man. Plus, like moving into a new place, you always have those moving your utilities situations.
Oh yeah, that's a pain. Huge pain.
Yeah, so I did finally get internet today, thank God.
Right.
And luckily, that took 5 hours to do.
Love waiting on their time.
I'm telling you, it just.
But in the world that we live in, our life is the internet now.
It actually
podcast is the internet.
Yes. Yes, it is.
We are the internet.
It's weird because I can't remember the last time I went 3 days not actually having internet. I don't know.
It's kind of scary.
It's
actually,
weird.
Isn't it? It makes
I
you
feel
go,
so
I
out of
can't
touch.
Function.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm functioning better than I ever have.
Well, what you kind of mentioned when you came over was like my book collection of Star Wars. How that is a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did do some reading.
You did a lot of reading.
Yeah, for 3 days, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. I mean, that's something I wish I could do more.
Well, you can do it.
But I am sucked into the internet.
Yes, you
way
are.
Too much. Yeah,
you are.
Like I said, we are the internet. I get it.
Man. Yeah. So, but it's nice to be kind of connected to the world again. I felt like I was a mountain man living on the mountain, like not in touch with the world and.
Yep. Just on your own.
Be on my own. Yeah.
I think we need to do that sometime soon. Like just a week of nothingness.
Right.
And then the only way we can communicate with each other is like
notes, letters.
Or good old fashioned find a payphone.
Oh my God! Well, good luck.
I know where one is. We have to drive to that one payphone and call each other. Anyways, let's get into our top stories. Yeah. Big news.
Yes.
This is monstrous news in the best sense, and something that I almost feel a little betrayed about too.
You're not the only one.
This is the fact that Toys R Us, Mr. Jeffrey the Giraffe himself, the man I am named after.
No, that you are not named.
Stop
Adam telling people
Jeffrey
the
Giraffe Black.
It's not it. Oh my gosh! Don't listen.
They have canceled Bankrupt. I am named after Jeffrey the Giraffe.
Your mom has never said that. That's true.
It is true.
Never.
She's just embarrassed. She told it to me when I was a child, and it stuck.
You know what's funny? Let's just a side trail real quick. When I was a kid, I swore up and down. I saw the Easter Bunny.
And
that it was a real thing.
Right.
And it was. Like it popped up in my window. I imagined that. It's not real.
You saw something.
I saw something, but I imagined it being.
See, but what if you really did see it, and your adult mind just said, "That's not
I can't
true."
comprehend it. Yeah. That's disturbing.
I saw Bigfoot once. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh my gosh!
But I saw something, and I was old enough to know that I saw something.
Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. Well, what I was saying, what I was meaning by that is, you're Jeffrey being named after Jeffrey the Giraffe. Same thing.
It's real.
No, you're ridiculous.
Hey, either way,
I love you though. But
even if my mother told it to me in a joking manner, she said it.
Yeah,
those words came out of her mouth.
Mom, you would never lie to me.
Right. But anyways,
yes.
Jeffrey the Giraffe, the man himself, they have canceled bankruptcy. And if you've been listening to this podcast for any amount of time, you know that I genuinely cried on the last day of Toys R Us.
You posted that picture. It was sad.
It really affected me. I was really sad. You were sad.
Yeah.
The whole world cried with Jeffrey the Giraffe.
I was more just disappointed.
Yeah.
But not like a sad. It was like, oh man.
Right. Like this is happening.
But you were really sad.
Yeah.
This is more your thing.
I didn't want it to be, the way of the dodo bird. Like I didn't want it to be just like, oh, we have e-commerce now, so Toys R Us is gone.
Right.
But I have a hard time being like, hooray, they're coming back. And are you having a little microphone?
Yes, we are. It's dropping. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
It's this thing of we thought they were gone, and now it's, hey, they're coming back. And should we be celebrating it, or should we be going, was this a publicity stunt to liquidate all of your stuff to revamp your store? Because that's the cynical. It
can be seen as that.
That's the cynical Adam.
Yeah.
But then the happy Adam is going,
they're back.
Oh my God, they realized the way.
What if they came back and they didn't have Jeffrey the Giraffe though?
Then I boycott, and so does the rest of the world.
You're like, I would never shop there.
Yeah.
Like now I'm gonna really make you go out of business. Yeah.
Well, the thing that I was reading, so I was just reading up on it just a little bit, nothing in depth, and by the way, none of what we're saying is like super incredibly factual. Just read an article. Don't know the full thing. But one of the things they said was that they wanted to keep all of their licensing for all of the things that they have current licenses to.
Yep.
So that's things through like Marvel, Funko, all the toy brands and things like that. So since those all still apply, I guess that they see that there's viable means of making money because all the hard work has been done.
Right. Yeah, because they have to pay for the licensing agreements to carry certain toys and certain things like they have to go through like Hasbro and all those other companies too that have the licensing to the Star Wars and all that stuff. But like I guess it's worth more money to keep the licensing and just open like 500 stores than to have like 5,000 stores and be closed and gone out of business. It's like they can at least maybe make some money, which is cool. Like I'm fine with that, you know. Maybe make it more of a I don't know, an exclusives type of Toy Story.
Well, and that's where I want to get at. So just hypothetically speaking and all these things, what is, if you could envision how the store comes back?
Yeah.
What do you want to see happen?
I don't think they'll sell video games.
I think that's a smart move.
I think they need to move away from electronics. Like, just don't do it. You're wasting money, because 9 times out of 10, other places are going to have it cheaper for that stuff. It's going digital market anyways. Right. Just don't do it. So stick with what you know. I would do. I would get away from. I mean, you gotta think retail. Like everybody needs bikes. Like, so you sell your bikes. Just keep it toys. Right. Get away from the I guess the cards and the birthday stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like the bags and all that kind of thing. Like those are things you don't really need. You don't make money on. Like, I'm sure it costs more to stock it than it does to actually sell it. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. See, it's hard because I try to think of like the perfect toy store in my head. Yeah. And when I do, I think of Toys R Us. Right. Yeah. I'm sorry that keeps falling on you.
No, you're right.
But when I do, I think Toys R Us. So I would love to see the exact same setup they have,
right,
minus the video games, because I really do think that that's like a kind of a burden.
Yes, it is
on them, and it's
too much competition.
Honestly, like, every single time I go there and I see something like in the video game section, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna go check out on Amazon.
Right.
You know, like I do that. So like, I know other people are doing that too.
Like before I started working where I work now, like it would be prices at Toys R Us are at least still higher than like going to Best Buy,
right,
or going into GameStop, or going or looking online. It's like. It's like too much of a competition. Like, just walk away from it. Don't do that.
Right. So here's my kicker though with everything, is when I look at it, and this is not going to like please the masses, in the sense. But I think Toys R Us needs, though. Right. Yeah. So I think Toys R Us needs to like cater to this demographic though in particular. Yeah. And that is, instead of having 10 options with one being like the name brand and then having like a whole bunch of off-brand versions of it, stick to just the big one of what they want, the named licensed one. So like my example, as soon as I think about it, is Nerf guns. Yeah. So huge Nerf gun fan. I've only played with Nerf guns from the time that I was a kid to even the ones that I buy now. Right. Because yes, I'm 30 years old and I buy Nerf guns still.
I mean, they're kind of awesome. It's cool.
Exactly. But like when you go to that section, how about you have one really awesome Nerf gun section with like a display and all those things, and then all of those junky little blasters, they're gone. Right. And like that's not a problem. Like, because people are going to go to buy the Nerf guns.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to think too. I mean, you want to be
doesn't please the masses,
right? And I get it. My other thing too, if you're going that route, then like don't have a collectibles section.
That's where I think they should go further.
See, I mean, at the same time, like I think it just needs to go general toy store. Yeah, leave the collectible kind of stuff for like FYE.
No, FYE needs to go out of business. FYE should have went out of business way before Toys R Us went out of business.
It's been struggling, I think, for a long time.
They's got to go.
Yeah, but like GameStop is getting into that business. Well,
see, and that's where I laugh, because Toys R Us should be collectibles and toys. Right. GameStop should be games. Right. Like, and everybody's tried to bridge the gap and be
both.
Everybody wanted to be both. Yeah. And I'm going, just call it what it is. I want to go to Toys R Us for my toys. I don't actually want to go to GameStop for all of my games. Right. But I will go to GameStop for all of my games. And it's just like the matter of, I want to go to the store that is meant for the item.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is like you kind of need to do what's going to work best for you. Right. I just know that like I can't find certain toys at Walmart that, for my daughter, that I know if Toys R Us was open, I would find them there.
And that's what sucks. Like Walmart, I mean, obviously they have the power to carry whatever they want. Right. But like I do view that as an option of, here's more budget-friendly options. Right. Here's more throwaway options even too. Yeah, that's true. And make Toys R Us just like, hey, we carry the best. We carry the goods. We're the toy store.
Right. Well, that's true. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
I'm just saying that's great. I always view it too in my personal life. Be really good at one thing instead of being mediocre at 1,000. So So like that's where I look at like GameStop or Toys R Us, and they have small little departments in all these places. Yeah. It's like pick one and be really, really good at it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I can't argue against it. That makes sense.
I'm way too passionate right now about this.
You are really into it
for a podcast. I'm like, all right, I need to get in. I need to call the board of directors and get in on this next meeting and plan it.
Oh man, they still got to get through the court though. They gotta finish doing all the court stuff.
Yeah, they're a long ways away.
They're so far away from actually opening a store, and plus you got to think about your past, like all your employees. Right. Like they have like a $20 million. I think it was like a $20 million fund for all of their employees to get some sort of severance. Right. So
they got to work all that out.
So. Yeah. So they still have to work that out. And then it's like, if you pay all these people severance and then you decide, let's open up 500 stores. Yeah. Who do you hire? Because if I was a former employee and you gave me a severance, I'd be like, nah, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to milk this one out a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not coming back at all. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's just a different thing.
But anyways, that's my top story. It was huge for me because I feel like we're just in some weird abusive relationship right now.
Oh my God. No, you can't say that.
Pulling at everybody's heartstrings, like, no, it's gone, and then, no, we're coming back, son.
Oh goodness.
Anyways, that's my top story. Do you have anything going on?
Not really. I mean, I just actually saw that they're making Chronicles of Narnia movie and TV series for Netflix. Okay. Which is interesting, because I like those movies as a
canon with the original.
I don't think so. I think they're starting completely over. Oh, which is kind of sad.
That is sad.
But at the same time,
I love Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. I like the books better, but
of course the books are better. Yeah. But the movies are pretty great.
They're not too bad. There's just so many great meanings in those in the books that can't come out well in the movies,
right?
That just bother me. Like
some things have to be said and not just shown.
Yeah, like I think I'll be okay with it if they do the first book, which is The Magician's Nephew, and that's the one where it shows like Aslan creating Narnia.
Yeah, like breathing it
and
out.
He's singing. Yeah. Like he's sitting there and he's just singing things into existence. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I cried when I read that.
Yeah,
I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Or read or whatever. But so I saw that they're doing that.
See it.
But I did
That's
see
the
it in
thing.
my brain.
The power of books.
The power of imagination.
Yeah. Imagination.
Wow, that's a South Park reference.
That's a top news too.
Yeah.
It's actually changing gears a little bit. That is top news. Have you seen the new episode?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we try to keep Coffees and Crullers
pretty clean and
everything. And, don't talk about South Park or anything. But the new episode
really never been a rule, but all right.
I know.
we never talk about
them.
Yeah, this isn't a Fight Club situation.
I love South Park though. Yeah. And the newest episode, they had like a hashtag that said "cancel us" or something like that.
What?
And the episode was like really pushing the boundaries about like school shootings and like just nobody caring about it and anything. It was kind of rough to watch.
Oh my gosh.
It was very not the typical South Park, but at the same time, the underlying genius of what they're doing.
Oh, well, yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, do you think they just like are just pushing buttons on purpose?
Oh yeah, I think they're actually legitimately trying to get the show canceled. Like 100%. They're like, how are we still a show?
Yeah, like do you think they're like Comedy Central is giving us too much money? Like stop. Like in my mind, it's like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They're like literally, please leave us alone. Like we don't want to do it. And like there's a van that pulls up and like guys get out in suits and they just start throwing money at them and they're like, just take it, we don't need it, just you need it. And they're like, okay, we'll do it. Like
I heard one time I was listening to the Nerdist podcast. It was Chris Hardwick sitting down with it was Trey Parker. He was sitting down with him and was just talking about how he had all these ideas and they have so much money now that like they can do what they want and they can live the life they want and they don't have to do anything else.
Yep.
And like South Park for them has become somewhat of a burden.
Oh my gosh.
Because they are making so much stuff. Yeah. And he talked about how like they tried to push the Book of Mormon, the musical that he wrote. And nobody wanted to buy it, so he just funded it himself and became filthy rich. Because of it. I literally think that they're like, you know what? We'll just pursue other avenues. We don't need to suck up our time anymore. For the love of God, please cancel us. We're happy.
Yeah,
like, I really think that's what's happening. It's a pretty big like cultural moment in pop culture.
It's been on for like 18 years.
Yeah,
like,
it's been
if not more,
no longer than that.
Like 23.
Like
it came out 1998, 99?
98 then, yeah. That's 20 years.
Dear Lord, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. But you haven't seen it yet or anything. But if you get a chance to watch it, just be like, oh man.
Yeah, I love how they just press buttons.
Oh, they're pushing.
That's my favorite. I think I need it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the struggle.
See, the thing is, like, I love shows like that because there's always this weird underlying message that nobody ever sees.
Right.
And, like, that's, like, how like, my brain is wired, though, to always see the space in between, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah, I know what
and
you
sometimes, like, I won't laugh at the actual joke itself.
Right.
But the way the joke is delivered.
Yeah.
And that's how this episode was.
Interesting.
Where it was, like, all these things happen that would stir up emotions, but then, like, the way it's happening, though, is like, oh, I see what they're doing here.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, yeah. See, that's kind of awesome, though.
Yeah.
I'm down for that, you know?
Yeah,
I need it.
It's a big one. Not necessarily top story worthy. But.
No, but there was another thing. Just going on the video game kick real quick. Yep. Did you see that Red Dead 2 is 105 gigabyte download?
Yes.
So
that's in today's world, it doesn't surprise me, right? But also now knowing, like, I remember when Xbox 360 came out and you were able to download games to your system, so basically they boot up faster and all that. Yep. And I remember seeing them being like, 8 to 16 gigs. Some of them getting to like 20 and 25 gigs, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much. Information. Then Xbox One is like 35 to 60, give or take. Yeah. Depending on what game. Some are significantly less, but then 105.
Yeah, is like, that's insane. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is like, all right. So at work, when someone brings me up like a 360 in a game, they're like, "Will this play on my 360?" And I'm just like, I actually have to do the math of like a megabyte and a gigabyte.
Right.
It blows me away. Like some days I'm like, oh no, it's like this is 8 megabytes. You're totally fine. Like no need to even worry about it.
Right.
But then when you go back to like some of the games, it's like you need like 342 kilobytes of room, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, how far have we come that there's terabytes? Right. Like that is insane.
Yeah, I mean it really is kind of crazy to think about. And then you look at like original Nintendo stuff, and you go, oh wow, they can fit bits. Yeah, they can fit every single game for like regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube. They can fit like all of those on like a 64 gig card.
Yeah, and
that's just a guess. That might not be a fact.
Right. But at the same time, it's like it's gross. Yeah. It's like we have come way far. Yeah. Like
it's cool, and also it's kind of like at the same time, all right, let's get back to the point where that is such a small number, though, that when we say 105 gigs, we're like, oh, that's nothing.
Right. I know.
Let's get to that point, because as of right now, it's like, oh, no, that's a lot of space.
Well, it proves that there's a lot of time, like so much is improved in a short period of time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, I mean... some 360 games are like 10 years old, 10 years ago?
No, 2008. I was just driving the other day and looked over, and there was a man drinking coffee and eating a bagel in his Tesla, not driving it, but being driven by his car.
Yeah, that's
the
insane.
Future is crazy.
Oh my god, it's insane. It blows me. I mean, seriously, as long as it doesn't turn out to be Blade Runner future, I'm fine.
I want that.
No, you don't want. That's a dystopian future.
I want it.
You don't want that.
I kind of want it.
No. Ecosystems collapse. Replicants running around stronger than people, killing them. You don't want that.
Sounds great.
Oh my god!
Because
unless you're a Blade Runner.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
because that's what I would be.
Sold. I'm down. I want to do it.
Want the gun? Want lasers? Want crazy
lasers
things.
And blazers. I want to wear a blazer with lasers.
Really, I just want synth music to follow me wherever I go.
You know, the reason I watched Blade Runner last night, and then I watched Blade Runner 2049 today.
Yeah.
And I actually was like, I don't have a sound bar for my TV.
Yeah.
So I was like, I better watch this with my headphones on because I'm afraid the music might just get crazy loud.
Yeah, and it does.
Yeah. But it's so good.
And it's so impactful.
It really is.
This is another topic. We'll end with this one.
This
is a big one for me. You know that I'm always like a big stickler on audio. I love good audio. And I was watching movies, and for the longest time, I would be the person that when I watch a movie and like the loud part comes on, I go, oh, I got to turn it down. Got to watch out for my neighbors. And I understand the respectful side of it.
Yes, yes.
But at the same time, there's something really amazing about watching a movie and then letting the volume do what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
And you be like, oh, I'm supposed to be feeling this way right now.
Yep.
And like we just went and saw, what movie was it? Smallfoot.
Oh, is it good?
Not really.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I ask only for my daughter who will be 6 next month.
She would love it.
Okay, great. Yeah,
but
that's all I need.
It wasn't the greatest of movies.
Yeah.
But there were certain parts where, and I'm only using this because we literally just saw it last night. There's parts where we're watching it and it's like, it's just whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, and like a song erupts and there's like motion and all these things. And you go, oh, it's supposed to be this way. But it was loud.
Yeah.
Like it was actually like a better theater experience than normal.
Yeah.
But it was, not the greatest movie.
Right,
but when you watch a movie like Blade Runner and it gets that loud, you're like, yes.
Another one I watched just the other day. Because again, no internet, so I can't stream anything.
Yeah.
Or anything. So I was like, movie collection time.
Yeah.
I watched Inception and Interstellar.
Great
Interstellar blows me away.
Yeah.
Like
powerful
sound
movie.
like just sound quality and the music. Like I think it's Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
It's just like insane.
Yeah.
Cuz he has these long drawn out like builds in the music to where it's just like you're just like, oh my gosh, like, and it adds that like that suspense like that you just need to feel.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I love that in a movie.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Absolutely love it.
Have you seen Dunkirk yet?
No.
Sorry, I'm a Christopher Nolan fanboy.
Yeah.
The guy has made every movie I've seen that he's done has been fantastic. You need to watch Dunkirk.
I want to.
It's epic.
I need
for
to watch
sure.
it.
I'll let you borrow it because I have it.
Okay. I'll have to watch it.
Yes, you do.
And then just the last thing I think of too is also the opposite though.
Yeah.
Of instead of just crazy loud music.
Yeah.
I always think of the movie No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
Because there isn't sound. There isn't music in the movie. And it gives you a very ominous feeling the entire time.
It's like it creates a very strangeness.
Yes.
Because I think that's the Coen brothers that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for There Will Be Blood. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
That they do the opposite where they add the crazy, like it's a serene, beautiful
like
scene.
overtones,
Yeah, and you're just like, and you're just like, oh my God, what's happening?
Also,
like, there's nothing happening. Why is it like this?
We'll end up with this one.
Yeah.
Baby Driver. Perfect example of a movie.
Yes.
That if anybody hasn't seen Baby Driver, that was probably
we endorse it.
It's probably like my favorite movie in the past like 5 years.
Yes.
Like honestly, like it's really a great movie.
Yep.
One of those movies where the soundtrack is so important, the volume is so important.
Oh my gosh.
And then also the overtones of like hearing the tinnitus ring through the whole movie.
Yes.
Hugely important.
Well, and the cool thing is like the timing of the music.
Yeah.
With what is happening on screen.
So perfect.
I've never nothing like it.
And then as the movie kind of as the story starts falling apart, everything becomes a little less syncopated.
Yes.
And everything is like you feel the discord and the things not matching up.
Oh my gosh. I need to watch that now.
Great movie.
Yeah, you've thrown it at me.
But also I don't remember how we got on this topic.
I don't know either.
So I in my head I'm going, all right, we got to end this. I don't remember.
I don't.
So that's fine.
Yeah,
but
we don't know. We never know how we get to the places we get to.
Cliff notes of this podcast. We're at your place. We're having fun. No videos happening.
Yeah.
We're a podcast.
Yeah.
Jeffrey the Giraffe will not die.
Well, we hope.
He will not die.
He's not a goonie.
And music for movies is extremely important. Got to turn them up.
It's such a hodgepodge.
That's the Cliff Notes of this one.
I'll take it.
Anyways, that's another episode of Coffee and Crullers. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. If you can, please consider giving us some feedback on either iTunes or Google Play, or even some feedback like a comment on SoundCloud. There's tons of ways to listen, tons of ways to share and kind of promote the show.
Yep.
But this is just something that we love doing and hope that we can get some feedback so we can continue to grow. And, do things like this. When we're mobile, we're still doing it.
Well, we are the CCMPU.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Coffee and Crullers mobile podcast
unit.
Action unit.
Action unit.
Extraordinaire.
Extra. I don't know. We can't have
host Adam Black, co-host.
Oh my gosh.
Noah Allen.
Yes.
Brittany sits in the background. Oh, but yeah, Brittany's been here the entire time in the background, just laughing.
Quiet as a mouse.
So much to say.
All right, and with that, we are done. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.